Hello, New York, and welcome to the Bronx Journal. I'm your host, Jamie Blair. Tonight, we aim to shed some light on certain restaurants that have made a name for themselves with either great attention to the dining experience or specialized dishes which are hard to find anywhere else. One such eatery is Generico's Pizzeria and Café, located in the Riverdale section of the Bronx. Tonight, I have with me a gentleman by the name of Luigi, who is here to tell us a little bit about why customers come for the great food and keep coming back for the experience. Luigi, welcome to the show.
Jamie, thank you so much for having me.
No problem. You're welcome. I'd like to start with finding out, and I'm sure our viewers would like to know as well, exactly what gave the restaurant its namesake. It's a gentleman by the name of Generico.
That's correct. We were thinking of an Italian name, and my uncle's name is Generico. And my uncle was someone that I grew up with in my house. We lived in an extended family, and he was a true gentleman. And when we were going through names, we were thinking of a bunch of different names, and we always came back to Generico's. And we decided to name it after my uncle, who always would kid around that he wanted to open, you know, a business, not necessarily a pizza business or a restaurant, but a business. And he said, you could do all the work and not collect the money. So I thought that it was fitting.
In the modern world of business, we call that delegation of authority.
That's right.
What was key in determining to open the restaurant in Riverdale, in the Riverdale section of the Bronx?
My partner, Alex, had a place, not a restaurant, but a hair salon in Riverdale for a very long time with his wife. And one day he called me up, and we used to work together, and he said, you know, we have to open a place in Riverdale. And he says it's a great place, it's got great people, and it's just a wonderful place to own a business. So we started taking a look, and the old Jasper's Pizzeria was up for sale, and we thought long and hard, and we ended up acquiring the old Jasper's Pizzeria and made it into Generico's.
And how long have you been there?
We've been there 1 year and 4 months now.
Are there any plans to expand, maybe to other neighborhoods in the Bronx or other boroughs entirely?
That's not on the radar right now for us. We're focused on executing and making sure that this place is running the way it should. We're happy with the way it's going so far. Mm-hmm. We've done a lot, but we have a long way to go with it. So we're going to focus on Generico's, and then in the future, I guess you never know.
How long combined, how many years of experience would you say that you and Alex have had in the restaurant business?
I would say 20 plus years. Alex and myself go back years in the pizza business. We've never owned a pizza place before or restaurant before, but we certainly know all the ins and outs of operating one.
I was speaking with Alex one time when I was in Generico's, and he had mentioned something to me along the lines of what he would consider friendly competition amongst the other restaurants or pizzerias on Riverdale Avenue. Can you tell us a little bit about that kind of philosophy? That maybe you want to call it a fraternal approach, or what do you think he meant by that?
Well, I think what he means is it's important for all the restaurants and all the businesses on Riverdale Avenue and the surrounding business district to be successful, because what that does is it attracts people to their stores, whether it's a restaurant or a hair salon or a grocery store, whatever it might be. It brings people to the business district, and that's what we need. The more people we have, the more business we have.
Right. It's all kind of like several establishments all having somewhat of a common goal.
Exactly.
All looking toward the same end result, and that's hopefully going to be a good one.
Absolutely. I know on Riverdale Avenue, when we first moved in 1 year ago, there were some vacancies. Mm-hmm. Since we've moved in, we have Don the Jeweler that moved next door, we have Tim Marin that moved up the street, and we have Tiny's Café that just opened up, diner, and we wish them all. And Yo Burgers recently up the street as well. Mm-hmm. That all helps us.
What are your thoughts on the fact that the cost for an outdoor seating license, which Generico's has prominently, the cost for that license being the same in the Bronx as it is for any other borough, even Manhattan?
I mean, I think it's definitely an advantage to having an outdoor cafe. It's something that we really like and that we're going to continue with. It's definitely a huge financial cost. Mm-hmm. With respect to the cost, I guess that's just a pricing system. Do I wish it was a little cheaper? Of course I do. But listen, we're happy with it, and we're hoping that it attracts people into our place, and we hope that we think it adds another aspect to our experience when you come to our restaurant. You can sit inside or out.
So inside and out, how many people can eat in Generico's at one time?
We have 36 seats currently inside Generico's, and then outside we have 10 to 12 seats as well.
Are there any times during the year where you notice that there's a drop-off in business for any particular reason, maybe during the winter months when transportation isn't as easy as one would hope?
Yeah, in the restaurant business, you always hope for a mild sort of winter, because people do tend to not go out if there's bad weather. Luckily, we have a delivery business, but generally speaking, the winter months can be a little tough, particularly if the weather's not so good. And in the period between, usually July and August are good, but the first few weeks in September seem to be a little light.
I'd like to kind of bring our attention to the centerpiece of any, or the cornerstone of any nutritious meal, specifically Generico's, and that's some of the food that you've been so kind as to display here. Can you tell us a little bit about what you call Grandma's Pizza?
Yep. Grandma's Pizza is it's a thin crust square pizza. It's made with light mozzarella cheese on the bottom, plum tomatoes, a little bit of garlic, and some seasoning. And it's just something that you have to try. It's delicious. And then we also have our very famous Jasper Pizza that we have carried on, and this is one of our best sellers. And this is right here, and it's the same. It's got the fresh mozzarella, but it has also fresh sliced tomatoes on it with roasted garlic and seasoning, and it's out of this world.
And over here you have garlic knots.
Actually, those are onion rolls. Those are our famous onion rolls, and they're made with white onions, and they're made inside our restaurant every day. And we serve that along with garlic knots and garlic sticks and bread, all of which is made on premise. And we generally have a basket that we like that, and we'll combine a combination of the garlic knots and garlic sticks with the onion rolls and serve it to our clients and customers.
Incidentally, I haven't eaten all day, and just to explain to you some of the magic of television, there are some invisible strings that are holding my arms that are very strong. I mean, otherwise I'd be probably glomming all of this for myself right now. It smells and looks delicious.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of the other signature dishes that one could order at Generico's? Maybe things that you wouldn't find in any other pizzeria.
Yeah. Well, we have a chicken scarpiello dish, which is absolutely delicious and a big seller. And that's chicken breast with sun-dried tomatoes, cherry hot peppers, and potatoes. And it really is something that everyone needs to try at least once.
How much repeat business would you say? I mean, notwithstanding the seemingly delectable food, I mean, you have something for every palate, from something simple like pizza or onion rolls to someone who has more of an experienced taste buds. Where you might have something that you would find, let's say, outside the country even. I'm sure that you have a wide range for anybody to choose from. But how much would you say repeat business that you get from word of mouth?
I would say it's significant. I mean, we've done a little bit of advertising. We've advertised in the local papers. And I would say, though, 60 to 70% of our business is probably word of mouth. And a lot of our customers that come in are repeat customers, many of them. So once they try Generico's, they'll try it again and again. So that's been what's happening, and we're very happy about that.
Are there any plans to allow people to order online versus just calling in for deliveries, let's say, or anything along those lines?
It's a good idea, and it's something that we've looked into. And I'm not sure that we're ready to do that just yet, but it's something that we're definitely going to consider in the future. We do have a website, though, and a lot of people, you can see our menu online, and then you can call, and we'll deliver it right to your home. But at some point, we would like to do an online sort of service where you can just place it on your computer or your iPhone and come pick it up or have it delivered.
Well, it seems like the customers have a terrific experience when they come to eat or they call to order in, what the case may be. How would you say that the employees get along with each other, the people in the kitchen, along with the waiters or waitresses? You know, is there a good bond or a good working environment in Generico's?
Absolutely. I mean, everyone there, I think, really loves to work there. They come in there and they have a good time, but they also work hard. And we're very mindful of the fact that we want certain things done a certain way, and they are as well. So they'll ask if they have questions about, you know, how to serve a particular dish, or, you know, what goes along with it. But generally speaking, we have an excellent staff. We're very happy with them, and I think they really enjoy, you know, working at Generico's, and it's been great. It's been great having them there.
Is there any advice that you could give, not giving away too many secrets of true success,
Yeah.
any advice you could offer to an up-and-coming restaurant in what could be, I would describe as the most, or most people would describe as the most challenging economy since the 30s?
I would say that you have to have a passion for what you're doing. In particular, if you're opening a restaurant, you have to know that when you get into it, that it's an exhausting job. It requires a tremendous amount of hours. And if you're willing to put the work in, you'll see the results. And you also need to set aside a certain amount of capital, because the first few months, the first year and a half, isn't all roses. There's a lot of hard work. There's surprises that come up that you just can't anticipate or forecast.
Right.
And those are the sort of things that you need to work through. And you need to have a little bit of, you know, financial cushion to get
The bottom line is anybody can get to a certain level. The question is, do you have what it takes to stay?
Exactly.
And as much as I'd love to stay and eat what I see right here, and you know, see what else Generico's provides, I have to say that it's been a pleasure having you with us on Bronx Journal today, and showing us all the ins and outs of what it takes to really make a successful restaurant thrive. And even in the few years that you've been around, I certainly wish you the best. And I think that if anybody's entitled to be around for the long run, it's definitely Generico's.
Well, I
just based
appreciate
on what I've heard.
I appreciate you having me, and I just wanted to let the viewers know that we're located at 3535 Riverdale Avenue in the Bronx, and our phone number is 718-601-9000, and we're happy to serve you day and night. And thank you for having me again.
You're very welcome. Well, there you have it, New York. Luigi, the restaurant is Generico's. The experience, nothing short of delightful. I'm Jamie Blair, and this has been the Bronx Journal.